because YouTube should have sent out a new notification for those of you that have subscribed. Good reason to subscribe. So we'll just start a few minutes late to give everybody a chance to gather around. Well, welcome to GoFor lunch. I realize you can't see it, but all that white space out there is ocean. So I am coming to you from a remote location, undisclosed. Okay, so there we go. So welcome to GoFor lunch. And I'm glad that you are here. So we're going to get started. Hello, Gretchen. And let's see what we have to talk about today, shall we? We're going to talk about Apple travel tips. Now, as you have already figured out, I am traveling. I'm not in Studio A. And I learned the hard way about some of the things that we are going to discuss today. So I wanted to pass that knowledge on to you because hopefully many of us are going to be traveling more this next year than we have in the last 2 years. So this is GoFor lunch number 82. I'm Roger Harmon with GoFor Technology, where we make your technology work for you. If this is your first time here, please type in the comments that you're new so we can get to know you and welcome you to our community. So, number one topic today is plan ahead before you take a trip and make a checklist. Now, I have checklists. And I guess I didn't quite look at all the little details on the checklist and didn't, I assumed, and you know what they say about assuming. So you're going to have obviously a different situation when you're traveling because your whole family is going to be, in one much smaller space than at home. And you are going to have to charge multiple devices at the same time in basically the same place. So you want to make sure that everybody either has a charger for their own device or they have a charger for everybody's device. So here's an example. So this is both a charger and a USB hub. These come in all sorts of different styles. It has a power cord, so it gets good power. I don't know if you can see the little green light here. No, it's on this end. And I don't know if you can see right here on the bottom, there's a little bolt, lightning bolt. So that means that one is just power and it won't log into the computer. So you can get these that are only power and not USB hubs. And you can plug in 7 devices here. So that's one thing to get. Another thing which saved my bacon is a battery. And now this is kind of a deluxe battery. I'm going to unplug it here so I can turn it around. Now, this is what saved my bacon on this trip. So we're going to push this little button here and you can see it has a nice display that flickers. And this is a 20,400 milliamp battery. And it actually did charge my MacBook Pro because I forgot my MacBook Pro's power supply. Now this MacBook Pro takes a 96 watt power supply And this doesn't appear to be putting out 96 watts, because basically what I had to do is I had to power the MacBook. This is the cable that's going out to the MacBook, and not really use it. Like right now, I had it powered all night and it was 100%, but now it's 41%. So if I seem like I'm running quickly here, it's because I need to finish this before the battery dies, because this cannot keep up with the MacBook Pro while I'm using it. It won't keep it at 100%. So so it's not putting out 96 watts. I'm guessing it's putting out maybe 60 watts. Okay, so another thing that you want to have, there's a lot of show and tell here today, is an extension cord. Now this one has 3 outlets on it. Another type that I like to use is called a power squid, and it's because it looks like a squid and it has little short cords, like 6-inch cords with an outlet on the end, and there's like 6 or so of those. So you can plug those transformers into it without any interference. So I actually keep one of those in my carry-on bag. So that is another thing to consider. So there's also smaller battery packs like this one. This one has a capacity of 27,200 milliamps. And so like the bigger battery pack that I just showed you, it has 2 outlets. The black cable here is for charging the battery pack. So you can actually charge the battery pack and 2 devices. So here I have a USB-C connector to charge 1 device, and then I have a lightning connector to charge my iPhone and my iPad. So the way this works, it has a little switch here on the side. You push the little switch and the LEDs light up. And so it's like 2.5 LEDs there. That tells you the charge of the battery. So I've been using this to charge my iPad and my iPhone. So another thing you should do, let's go back one here and make sure I got, okay, so I want to also mention that if you're using a camera, what we call a big boy or big girl camera, such as this, that has a memory card, then you want to make sure you have a memory card reader so that you can offload your pictures to your iPhone or your iPad or your MacBook to clear up more space on your memory card, and also as a backup. So you can keep it on your memory card, put it on your other devices, and have it backed up. And of course, depending on how you have iCloud photos set up, as soon as you put it on one of those other devices, it backs it up to the iCloud as well. So that's something that is important to do. Another point is that if you are using the little tiny memory cards, which are popular in most devices now, make sure that either your card reader has a slot for that little tiny one, or you have the adapter where you insert the little tiny one into the next bigger size. And that way you will not have a problem. So we want to protect all of our equipment while we're on our trip. So we want to have a protective carrying case for your iPhone, a rugged case, so that if you drop it, it won't break, and a glass screen protector so that the glass screen protector breaks and not the actual screen of the iPhone or the iPad, and a padded case for your MacBook, and like that. So tripods. Now I have a full-size tripod that I have my webcam on, And then I have a smaller tripod, which looks a lot like this. So this is a GorillaPod. This comes from a company called Joby, Joby, and it comes with this nice iPhone mount, which can adjust in all sorts of different ways and expand even to hold your iPhone with a protective case. And then, of course, the legs are very flexible, so you can put it on uneven surfaces. When I'm taking a sunset on the beach, I use it like this because you can't find a lot of flat rocks. And you can wrap it around a tree. You can hang it from a tree. You can do all sorts of things. So these are nice and compact and very flexible in more ways than one. Okay, so let's talk about charging requirements. So you can charge a iPhone with an iPad charger. Okay, the iPad charger puts out more amperage than the iPhone. Now, that's okay in a pinch. However, for long-term use, it's not recommended because there's going to be more heat and it's going to cause a little bit of strain on your iPhone battery. So it's okay to do in a pinch, but don't do that every day. So you always want to test your cables before leaving home. Plug them all in, make sure that they are working before you pack them. And also bring a spare of those cables that are absolutely essential. Of course, that would be your iPhone cable, your iPad cable. If you're using another camera, the charging cable for that other camera. And if you have an iPad Pro, of course, you need a USB-C cable if you have a late model iPad Pro. So here's a good way to bring along your different cables. So in the upper left there, we have the Cocoon, which has these elastic straps. So you can put all sorts of devices in there. It's very flexible. And then on the right, we have a very nice case that has several different ways of, okay, let's go back to that. Several different ways of holding different cables and other accessories. So the Cocoon is the most expensive. This case is middle of the road. And then you can just use a clear cosmetic case. So this one, I think, is on Amazon was $7, and you get 3 cases, and they're transparent, so you can see exactly which cables are in which case. So that's a very good way to do that. So I'll just show you. So here's one of my cases. If I can get too many show and tell devices here. So this is another case from a company called GridIT, GRID-IT. And so this one actually was designed for when I used to do a lot of presentations on the road. So these are all different cables for connecting to data projectors. And then it's got a little zippered pocket back here, so I can put more cables in there. And then here's the Cocoon. So you can see you'll have all sorts of different cables there. And these little elastic bands, just keep them in there. So they're real easy to get to. You just pull them right out. So that's real nice. And these come in different sizes. This is the smaller size, and it comes in a larger size. And then here's the little case. I think these are like $7 on Amazon. So I don't have much in here. But it has, again, it has straps. It has little pockets that you can put in like flash drives and a little zippered pouch for miscellaneous stuff. So here I have a flash drive tied to it so it doesn't get away. Another flash drive. So that's another one. And then even a less expensive way to go, these are actually pencil cases. You can see it has a 3-ring binder punched holes in here. So you can have, so this has got 3 compartments and a pencil loop or 2. So there's a zippered compartment here, and then in the back I have a bigger zipper compartment, and then with the mesh you can see what's going on inside. So get organized and have your cables. Now if you travel a lot, you may want to just have these set aside with spare cables so that you don't have to pull cables out of your devices. So what are your travel tips? What little ideas do you have that you might be able to share with us? And if you have any questions, please type those into the comments. There is a slight delay, so while we're waiting for your questions, please remember to share the GoFor Gazette, which comes out every Monday morning at 7 o'clock in the AM with your friends and neighbors that have Apple devices. If you're not receiving that newsletter, my email address will be at the end of the show, and you can let me know and I'll put you on the mailing list. So let's see here. I want to say hi to Carolyn. Okay, Carolyn has an excellent suggestion here. Make sure you have the appropriate power adapters when you're visiting a foreign country. The Apple Store sells those. Of course, you can get them on Amazon, and usually luggage shops will have those. Okay, we have any other questions? So now I'm doing great on my battery on my MacBook. Not doing so great on my voice. I have 27% left on my battery, so it looks like we're going to be okay here. So just summing everything up is plan ahead, have a checklist, look at your checklist, and make sure you have all the devices that you need and all the accessories, the cables, the chargers that go with those devices. If you have any other topics that you would like me to explore, please let me know. You can email me or give me a call. And hope that your week is going well. Things are settling down after Thanksgiving. As we move into the holiday season, there's still going to be plenty of deals out there. So if you need to buy any of these devices, just keep your eyes open, because the retailers are not going to stop putting things on sale just because it's not Black November or Cyber Monday any longer. They're going to be continuing to hit us with great deals that we can't refuse. So thanks a lot for joining us today, and see you next week, Tuesday at high noon.